Good morning. It's Thursday, December 31st, 2020. It's the New Year's Eve before 2021. It's 2:42 a.m. We just spent the last 30 minutes with our daughter. She was having a hard time breathing, and we had to kind of decide whether or not we wanted to go to urgent care or monitor it. And fortunately, she seems like she's doing a lot better. But God had put it on my heart to not not exaggerate, but not to overreact. And we prayed and we touched hands and we prayed over her, and we believe God to be a healing God. So we were able to get through that early morning call to action. What I was going to talk about is how important it is to make sure that there's some rules to life that you live by. And there's many rules. There's many rules. And rules for life are like, they're a lot like shoes. There's no one size fits all type of situation. It's kind of what looks best for you, works best for you, fits best for you. That's probably what you should follow. And one of my rules is downtime is prep time. And what that means is when there's no immediate pressing business that needs to be focused on, then what else are you working on to propel your business or your life forward in another direction? Because there's going to be times where you can make a decision like, hey, I could just sit here and watch TV and do nothing. But TV won't get you anywhere. So downtime is prep time. You know, if the kids are all asleep, that could be a good time to do all the cleaning and catch up on that. If you have all your business situations taken care of, it could be a good time to go after new business. There's always things that can be done in downtime that would help you get further in life. And that's probably just one of many rules that I live by, that I apply to my life to give it substance, to give it some direction. Because if you don't have rules and you live in a ruleless world, then you can become very lost or misguided. So what rules do you have for yourself that dictate what season you're in? The rule for rain is use an umbrella, turn your windshield wipers on. I've learned that when I'm in a season of loneliness, that the rule, when you feel like you're lonely and you start searching for human contact, I've learned to make sure that I treat that as time to spend with God. Because we know that the flesh is weak and it calls out, it yearns for the touch of another human. But we also know that there's been people who have been locked away, people who have been marooned on islands, who have been void of that human contact and yet managed to survive because they were able to some way, somehow have a stronger, better relationship with God. And at the end of the day, what physical touch can't heal, God can. And I'm not saying that you don't need physical touch. What I'm saying is there are seasons The Bible even talks about moments when the woman is in her menstrual cycle. That is a season for both man and woman to abstain from sex, from intercourse, in order to be closer to God. So even in times like that, it means that you will be without that specific kind of touch. But it doesn't mean that you are not able to still be in direct physical contact with God or with the Spirit. So what rules do you have in place? Because if you don't have any, you can find yourself living in a world full of chaos. And nothing good will come out of that. See, even when my kids get sick, I have a rule of thumb. Before I just jump to it, now obviously you know if your child is sick and there's an immediate need, you know that. Everything inside of your body reacts to that. It's time to go. It's not time to think. It's time to go. And I'm very, very fortunate. I've never had one of those situations. It's always been very subtle situations where we can look at it, analyze it, let our spirit talk to us, and say, where are we at with this? Have we done what we can do to make sure that our child is okay? So a rule of thumb for me is never to overreact. A rule of thumb for me in business is never respond too quick. Take some time to think. Take some time to think. On these 3x5 cards, this is a very old technique. That I was taught a long time ago. But it's very powerful because it allows you to keep reminders on you. Downtime is prep time. I am a master over my actions. Everything I need, I already have. Maybe it's important that once you identify what your rules are, you write them down and keep them next to you. And pull them out often, frequently. And remind yourself. These are what govern me. This is what I live by. And I guarantee you'll start to see a huge shift in the way you see things, do things, and react to